The stars are poems of divine love. What do you see when you look at the stars? I fight the urge to roll my eyes as I lug the third bin bag tonight across the house. I take care not to let it touch the wall or floors, as if the plastic itself were contaminated. Amidst the chaos, weaving between family, guests, and lots of shoes, slipping on a pair of trainers that are remotely my size, I make it out to the ghost quiet comfort of the night. Guests are great, but 3 nights in a row feels excessive. After the stress of school and exams, I find my walk home becomes a short-lived experience of solace. I can almost see myself from earlier today in my oversized uniform and comically large rucksack, dragging my feet up to the busy house as I maneuver around the car. I enjoy the satisfying slam of the closing bin, much more than the delicate 2-finger lift required to open it, so I can avoid the germs that I know must be there. Thank God that's done. Oh no, what now? I duck behind my brother's car as another pulls in, half blocking the drive, and more family friends spill out. I can't risk any more small talk. Am I too much of an introvert? I remember the story of the father of Prophet Yusuf and the patience he had, and swallowed the pointless comments I was about to mutter to myself. I shield my body from the warm yellow of the sodium street lights as the final guests arrive. I do it. I roll my eyes. How could I not when I see that my watch reads 10:37 p.m.? In my dramatic expression of social exhaustion, my eyes catch a glimpse of subtle beauty that I didn't expect. My breathing loudens through my now parted lips as I become transfixed on the sky above. I forget how beautiful the stars are. I don't know how long I was standing, gawking at the heavens, when the startling knock from behind my shoulder sends me falling almost face first into my brother's car. Thank the merciful one I don't. It was my brother, beaming as always behind the front room window, and with a shoulder bag that rivals my school backpack in size. His calm smile sends warmth throughout my body, and I take one step back from his car, returning my gaze skyward. He walks outside and swings his arm around my shoulder. Get in. We'd both benefit from some space, don't you reckon, Slick? I oblige without a second thought, giddy to be getting away from the humming house behind me. I hop into the passenger seat as my brother loads the car before he gets in too. So, were you looking up at the stars? What were you thinking, bud? I nod, telling him how it helped ground me, stopping me from spiraling. He nods back slowly, listening intently as he fires up the engine. The wipers activate, clearing the windshield of any residual droplets from earlier in the day. On their first pass, the scattered droplets sweep across like a time-lapse of stars moving across the sky. A star trail, I believe it's called. We are about 2 minutes into our drive, to who knows actually, when he asks me, "And what do you think about the one who put them there?" I don't really know what to say. I forget stars even exist most days. Being disconnected from their reality has left little room for me to connect with the reality of their creator. He raises an eyebrow. Stunned silence, huh? No worries. Let me ask you something else. Do you know why the Merciful One created stars? No, to be honest, not really. This will be a fun drive. Hopefully I don't talk your ears off. Why Allah created stars. The Creator has fashioned these heavenly bodies for many purposes, one of which is the adornment of the lowest heavenly realm, describing them as lanterns in his chapter, The Dominion. To many scholars, this indicates that the entire observable universe, comprising over 2 trillion galaxies, is contained within the lowest of the 7 heavens that the Merciful has created. These aren't purposeless lanterns. They are hydrogen-burning engines in a constant state of worship, subjugated to his will. They are factories for most of the elements and atoms in the universe, in perfect physical orbit around their respective galactic centers, and, though imperceivable to us, in perfect submission to their Lord, King, and God. A teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh over 1 billion tons on Earth, about the weight of Everest. Yet, he is fully competent and compelling in all things. Grandiosity is an invitation to wonder, and wonder always points back to the One. Don't think for a moment that the Mercifier created stars without you in mind. He has placed them in the sky in perfect precision for you to reflect and study his signs, so that you may know the One in his beauty and majesty. When I read the verses below, I personally cannot help but reflect on the idea that he created stars out of love, mercy, and kindness towards us. And he is the one who has made the stars as your guide through the darkness of land and sea. Also, by landmarks and stars do people find their way. Therefore, the stars that form what we call constellations are no accident. The North Star, Sirius, and Orion's belt are perfectly engineered across space and time to serve as guides for us. Each star is positioned precisely in space to be viewed in a way that complements the bestowed pattern recognition programming of our minds. Each was made at its appointed time so that over the seasons and years, its light could travel to us in perfect estimation so we can traverse his earth with ease and direction. So how can you not look up and feel enamored by the kindness of the most merciful? Stay with me here. How much do we want to help lost strangers in our areas? Do we not go out of our way to translate our spatial memory into shareable data through sound vibrations produced by precise mouth movements and passionate gesticulation? This want to guide only amplifies when it comes to those whom we love, no? Do we not love to know that our loved ones get home safe? And do we not feel loved when we receive a call or text to ask if we get back home okay? To Allah belongs the best example. How then should we feel towards the Merciful One, who, out of no obligation, began crafting these celestial objects eons ago, and is continually allowing the life cycle of stars to take place flawlessly in the abyss of space, to give us light? How then should we feel about a Lord who seeks to guide us in every facet of our lives, who has adorned the heavens to help us traverse his land and seas, and adorn the planet with prophets to guide the souls of humanity? A king who grants his servants access to his eternal words, each verse a sign, as each star, tree, or bee is a sign. The generous who says, if you tried to count God's blessings, you would never be able to number them. So, what should we do knowing all of this? The last 11 verses of the 3rd chapter of his book show us that the people of reason reflect on the purposeful creator of the heavens and earth, remembering him and asking for his protection and forgiveness. They exalt the One, laud the One with praise, and are grateful servants of the One, the only one worthy of worship. Follow their lead. Recognize that stars are like poems of love from the divine. Show gratitude to him and have reverence for him, and dedicate your life to be a reply to these beautiful poems, hung in the sky for the mindful. Shine radiantly with the light he gives you, and guide the people around you. He glances at my face as he signals left to park, grinning upon seeing the mess he's left me in. Rivers descend from my eyes like melting ice caps. Look at those puddles. I love how much of a softie you are deep down. I smile stupidly, brushing fresh teardrops out of my half-opened eyes. I was so lost in his monologue that I only just noticed how far we were from town. I look around, realizing that we're on some sort of private road in the middle of nowhere. Okay, out my friend, and grab the blanket from the boot if you're feeling cold. Where are we? I'm close with the old man who runs this farm. Welcome to my hideaway. I laugh to myself. Why can he never give a straight answer? I take my brother up on the blanket offer as as he unzips his bag, setting up a large tripod. What are we doing here? He just laughs, seeing me trip up in shoes that are clearly not mine. Take these. He hands me a pair of binoculars. He could obviously see my perplexed face in the lighting of the headlights. Do I have to spell it out to you, silly? He yanks the keys out of the car, and the hum of the headlights abruptly vanishes. Then, it's as if light pours into my eyes from above. A cosmic vista, unlike anything I've ever seen, fills the horizon. Corner to corner of my peripheral vision is flooded with awe-inspiring beauty. I almost fall into a trance. I should use these binos. There we go, now you're getting it. He steps next to me, messing up my hair now that he's done setting up his DSLR camera. I scan the sky for clusters, not really sure where to look, jumping from star to star. I can't believe 20 minutes ago I was hiding behind a car, and now we're doing this. He lies down on the grass beneath us, staring up. I'm proud of you, bud. I know you get overstimulated quickly, and you've got a lot on your plate. I also used to find it hard to come out of my shell when I was your age. It's nice hearing how much he gets me. I sit down on the floor, leaning on his bent leg for support. You said the stars ground you. Perhaps you should stargaze more. And you're always free to join me when I'm around. Look, I know I'm not down as much with work, but even when it's just you, you're never really alone. The one is always near. If you take a step towards him, he will run towards you, in a way that befits his perfect majesty. I'd love to. I get so caught up in my head, and this is the first time I felt so still. It's really nice. And knowing more about why the stars exist makes this so much more meaningful. I just worry I'll forget, you know? Right now I feel great, and it's easier doing this stuff with you. But once I go back home and get distracted, I'm worried I'll forget all about this. That really scares me. The wind carries the sweet scent of freshly cut hay. The sound of it rippling through the tall grass is like therapy. I think your problem is that you see yourself as a lone particle, existing in a vacuum. But you belong here, just like the stars, the trees on our street, the birds that live within them, and the angels that we can't see. You all prostrate to the one. Everything he created is united in its joint reliance on him, even if its supplication exists in a way beyond our human perception. You're not separate from that. I'm not sure I understand how that changes anything. I hear the shutter of his camera softly click, probably capturing a star trail. Yes, that's why I know what that is. He points above. Take the moon, for example. You know how it does not just provide light at night. Its gravity affects the oceans and tides, pulling them from afar, right? I mumble a faint, It pulls you too, not physically, but metaphorically. For example, it pulls you into the month of Ramadan. We just finished fasting for a whole month, and the timings were dictated, by the Merciful's permission, by our relationship with his moon, was it not? Likewise, the prayer times every single day are conducted by his blazing sun. Every time you see the sky, it's a reminder of him. Once you start to see the world in this way, looking at it through the lens of his speech, you begin to use the natural world as a vehicle to see the next world. I pause. I think I get the idea, though that seems incredible, if not unachievable for me. Remember what I said. Just start walking to him. Sincerely, but that's all you have to do. He'll help you the whole way, I promise. Why would he not, when he created such beautiful poems of his love for you? Okay, I'll try my best, by his blessing, I promise. Perfect. It won't be long before our shy little sibling becomes a beacon of light for all of us, our very own star that enlightens our family. He hits my chest, still smiling. And I'm only a text or call away. Maybe messaging me with more than 2 word replies would be another step in the right direction. Huh, Slick? We both laugh, reclining under a sky of poems that I will never forget.